He only ever had one goal. To wipe out half the universe.
They're all here, believe it or not, and so without further ado, what the heck is behind our curtain? Don Pardo. Wow. Wow. Look at that, Kevin Feige. Look at all of them. Hi, Pom. Hi, Anthony Mackie. Hi, you guys. Oh, Tom Hiddleston. Oh, hello. So here's the way this is going to go. This is you've seen this from many game shows. I'm going to do this. They call this, you know what they call this? I just learned it today. This is the hopper. I'm going to take a ping pong ball, and on these balls are people's names. And if you have a question for one of those people, I will call on you. That's when to raise your hand. Or there may be a category that will suggest one of the people up here for which you may have a question, from which I'm then going to choose. You get the idea? I'm now going to, no, keep it like this. Oh my gosh. My gosh, Robert Downey Jr. Does anybody have a question for Robert Downey Jr.? Yes, yes, sir. I saw your hand go up first. Yes.
Are you going to be in Avengers 4?
Kevin? Wait, hold on a second. He's nodding his head, but let me see what he whispers in my ear. Yes, we already filmed it. Which means I guess you never know. I got to see in the screening tomorrow. If I die tomorrow, I'm going to be confused. We'll see.
Excellent question, excellent answer. All right. All right. Totally blind, totally blind. Mm-hmm. Hey, so you can ask a question if you have a question for somebody who wears a cape.
I have a question for Chris Hemsworth, because I'm a big Thor fan. What scene did you find most challenging to film for this movie, and why? Was it because of the people in it? Was it because of the director? Or was it, just anything like that?
It's all very difficult because of the directors and the people in it, this whole film. It's an awful experience. So myself, Jeff, and Tom are going back to our own movies from now on. The most difficult, the first day was what you've seen on the trailers. It was Thor meeting the Guardians, and it felt like kind of first day at school for me, because they all knew each other, and I didn't, so I was a new kid, and they'd all been shooting, and I hadn't. And I had some weird sort of nervous butterflies floating around my body. And but it was, but I squeezed them out of me, Chris Pratt gave me a big hug, and all the butterflies flew to my ears, and we had, this whole film for me was, I felt like a fan, and meeting a lot of these people and the characters that I'd watched on screen and admired, and so to be on screen with them as Thor, but as Chris also was pretty damn exciting.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kevin Feige.
If there's anything you use to sort of ground these movies in their origins beyond just the characters and the stories, anything visually, anything thematically that you've used to sort of pull all this together?
Well, you will not be surprised to hear it's the comics. It's the comics that we look at usually when there is just the notion of let's do an Iron Man movie, or let's have the audacity to try to do a version of the Infinity Gauntlet. It starts with those comics and us beginning to rip pages out, or rip copies of pages out, put them on the walls and start to be inspired. And in every single movie we've made, up to and especially Infinity War, there are direct images, storylines, rarely but sometimes actual lines of dialogue that come from those pages that we've put up around our development room for inspiration. And with Infinity War in particular, when there were so many characters and so many threads of storylines from so many movies that we could have pulled from or could have used as inspiration, and we did. We kept going back to, and I think we've released some behind-the-scene videos and things, and you can see the giant omnibus of the Infinity Gauntlet there with all sorts of dog-eared pages and Post-its in there from moments. And after everybody sees the movie, we can talk more specifically about what those moments were. Most of them were surrounding Mr. Brolin's Thanos portrayal that came directly from Jim Starlin's work there. So it is always a guide point. It's a North Star for us as we lead these giant productions into reality, or right from those books and where it all started.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Mr. Cumberbatch, you have said
in a few interviews that you have read the script, but the Russo brothers also said that no actor has read the real final script. So I just want to get to the bottom of that. Thank you so much.
I read a script. Whether I read the script is for them to know. And me to find out when I see the movie tomorrow. But whatever script you read, it's never the film, is it? So it always changes. And these guys plus it every day, sometimes after the day. Sometimes we'll be probably replussing this in December, even after the film is out. They never stop at this wheelhouse. It's a busy place to work. And so whatever I read is not necessarily what you're going to see. So I could tell you stuff about it, but it wouldn't make any difference.
I recently heard that you would love it if Scarlet Witch got her own films. So what do you think Scarlet Witch could bring to the table if she did have her own solo film?
I would feel thrilled. I mean, we've got like Kevin Feige sitting right in front of me. Paul and I joke a lot about how much we would love to do like a House of M spinoff and a really domesticated indie version of it. And I think that would be a lot of fun. That part of her story is the reason why I love this character so much. And I mean, I'm just happy that I'm still included, so I don't need my own movie, Feige. Please just bring me back all the time. This is truly the greatest cast, and we get to work with the best crew, and we get to work with people who are the best at their jobs. And so there's nothing like this experience anywhere else, and we're all very lucky to be here and enjoy each other's company all the time. That's it.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Deny.
I've heard rumors that some of the women in the Marvel Universe have pitched Mr. Feige an all-female Marvel movie. What can we talk about that?
No, I know no details on that. I was just thinking how excited I am about Brie Larson, who's shooting Captain Marvel right now. And how that's going to be a pretty awesome venture. But I mean, the awesome thing that I think is happening, that we see happening across many dimensions in our entertainment industry, is we're seeing more women take the helm in various realms. And that is not only about time, but it'll make the world a better place, I think. So I'm looking forward to the future.
Thank you so much, Avengers Infinity War cast. Thank you, press people. This is the best time I've ever had in my whole life. Thank you.
I hope they remember